NSFW, Redditors who unexpectedly found someone you know on a porn site. How did that go? Broke up with a girl when I was 20. She moved out west. 2 years later a buddy emails me a link with OMG. Watch this. I open it. She's getting drilled with the facial ending. Her eyes were so glazed over, not with jizz. She was obviously on some hard drugs. Made me feel really sad for her. Reached out to her and have remained friends ever since. She's happily married now with 2 kids. Normal life. Basically said she was broke at the time and was offered $100 and a G of coke to do it. Had a big crush on a sorority girl from college who was in a few of my classes. Couple years later finds a porn star with a rather large collection of films. My right arm was sore for days, and the cock didn't fare much better. To give some background, my sister used to be a stripper. She made really good money and she made some lifelong friends. When I was about 14, I was on my older sister's Facebook profile, looking for a funny picture of my niece when I came across a photo set of her and her best female friend posing and stuff. I decided to look because it looked normal from the preview pictures shown, but it said there were 20 or so more, so I looked. I wish I hadn't. It was a photo set of her and her best friend having sex. I guess it was a porno photoshoot. Saw tongue on vag on vag, dildo in vag. Just full on lesbian porn. I messaged my sister and told her I was scared for life. She asked why. I told her I saw the photo set. Being the dumb kid I was, I tried to find it again so my mom would believe me, but it was gone. She deleted it and her entire account. I'm 21 now and she still doesn't have a Facebook to this day. So, I was living up to my username and cruising the amateur section one day when I saw a thumbnail that made me stop scrolling to take a look. Those tattoos look familiar. Wait, is that recent ex's name? It is. WTF. Wait, who's that with? Oh fuck, that's me. So I'm sitting there freaking out a bit because my pale ass is on the internet and text her. She admitted to putting up and apologized, which really caught me off guard. She said she was going to remove it, but last time I checked it was still there. 78% approval rating, so that was a nice boost to the Olay confidence. I actually found a video of an old friend of mine who did porn. Yes, I enjoyed it at first, but afterwards I commented on it to a mutual friend of mine who informed me that she had passed away recently, which led to some feelings of shame. I then did something I had never done and actually commented on a video on a porn site informing them that she had passed away in some weird attempt at redemption of my own shame. I went back a few months later to see if anyone had replied and was pleasantly surprised to see the video had been removed from the site. Stumbled on her being fucked 7 ways till Sunday randomly on Pornhub, but didn't say anything to her. Then one day she just admitted to it. I think she thought I'd judge her for it because I'm a bit of a prude, but we had a laugh and a bit of a cringe at some of the people she's performed with. She's happy doing it and I'm happy that she's found something she loves doing. I ended up seeing a male friend in a non-sexual role. The background of one of those "so and so bones my sister" videos. I just texted him, "I think I just saw you in a porno." It turns out he was doing the camera work and they just needed somebody to play the brother. We had a good laugh. He doesn't even have a sister. Saw her on 4chan actually. Go figure. Turns out she actually was flattered when I brought it to her attention. We were friends in high school, so I didn't know how she would react. She gave me and my best friend free passwords to her website she just launched. We were very happy. Funny story. One day our friend emails us a link to a porn website. It was a collection of amateur girls flashing. He just asked us, does something seem strange? It took me a second, but I finally found it. One of our male friends was in the picture, framed between 2 college girls who were flashing the camera. He was dressed up like Doc Ock from Spider-Man. So apparently he was drunk and posing for a picture and the girls flashed the camera. He uploaded the photo to Tumblr or one of those sites and forgot about it. Someone found it and uploaded it to this porn site. So for the rest of college we called Lewis the accidental porn star. That's really all that happened. I've had friends find my pics and honestly I kinda like it. They usually seem too embarrassed to say anything directly, but it's fun to be having a completely normal conversation and remember they've seen a lot more than most, haha. That's how I found out my roommate was sleeping with my girlfriend as one of them or the roommate's GF. Uploaded it to an amateur page. Killed my vibe pretty badly. My brother-in-law's brother convinced his wife to start doing amateur webcam stuff for extra money and had the IT guy at work, in a family business, help him set it all up. Word got around and a lot of us downloaded her private videos. He finally found out everyone had seen his wife naked and got super pissed at all of us. They ended up moving shortly after from Oklahoma to an oceanfront property in Florida. He went from making $35k a year to not working at all because his wife was pulling $300k masturbating part-time. Never had it happen personally, but my ex has a couple friends who have done it. One of her friends is married to a member of one of the bigger bands from the 80s and 90s and she's graced the pages of Playboy and Playboy International. I've seen her on the cover of an issue and I've been told she's on a couple of them. My ex has another friend who's been in several porn videos from the 90s as well. I've never seen those and I've never met either of them, but I'd definitely like to meet the Playboy chick. My ex sparingly parties like she's in the 80s, but her two friends apparently still do pretty regularly. It definitely sounds like a fun time. A girl that graduated high school a few years before me went into porn. She's actually pretty successful. They even have name brand fleshlights molded after her lady parts and everything. I've seen a few of her videos, obviously, but it wasn't really life changing for me. I just felt bad for her little brother that was getting shit every day at school for it. Back in the day, I was looking through some sites looking to rub one out. Found the girl I was currently dating doing some girl stuff. Thought I had hit the jackpot and beat my meat like Rocky in the meat locker. Never mentioned it to the first guy, but he drunkenly confessed it to me and I told him it was nothing to be ashamed of. The second guy I told and he said he knew and thought it was hot that people could find porn of him, so c'est la vie I guess. Not porn, but still sex work. One of my exes became a relatively high profile stripper. Weird as it sounds, I'm relieved. I'd worried she would struggle in life, but she's made a whole hell of a lot more money than I ever have and has a good, tight-knit friend structure. I hope things stay good for her. I actually went to school with a girl who ended up doing full-blown hardcore porn later in life. It was weird watching those videos knowing we awkwardly made out as teens, and that was basically the last time I had seen her. She moved country. I mean, it was a bittersweet boner. Not necessarily the same thing, but a friend of mine called me during his first week of community college and told me that a well-known porn star he recognized was in his class. He showed me who it was and I recognized her but wasn't 100% sure. She sat next to him and they ended up being in a group project together. They added each other on FB and we confirmed it was her. He never acted any different around her or gave any indication that he recognized her from porn. He said she was really nice, and although I tried to convince him to at least shoot his shot, he was way too shy to do so. A girl my friends and I knew started doing porn. My friends struggled with no luck finding her. I found her in 3 minutes. I was a hero. She kinda sucked at it though, if I'm being honest, still a good nut though. Literally the girl I had a crush on for my entire life's even hotter little sister. It was one of the greatest moments of all time, until learning that she moans like a dying elk. A girl I went to high school with did modeling, and then porn. I come from a really small town, so it was a huge shock to everyone. Not great quality porn, though. Girl I went to HS with did porn. They looked exactly like I imagined. I found my friend has had a porno doppelganger. Actress hasn't worked in a while. At first I thought it was her for sure because they shared so many physical characteristics, smiles, body type, and even voice. I did a search of the actress and found the actress increased breast size in later videos and my friend stayed the same. I recall thinking about the year or so where she and I were the other's wingman at parties. I also thought about the times I dropped her off at random parties and had to wonder if I had dropped her off at a porno shoot. I was glad it wasn't her in the end. Although I never found it, my ex-stepsister from my dad's third ex-wife is apparently on some porn sites. I only found out about this years ago when my dad's wife asked my wife for advice on how to deal with an unruly 18-year-old. Apparently since 15, that was always a threat of hers. That the moment she turned 18 she would make a ton of money doing porno, so high school just didn't matter. She was in juvenile detention for a few months. Apparently when she turned 18 some guys flew her out to California and made the videos. She was missing for like a month. This was 10 years ago. I've never heard anything about it since, but I know it always bothered my dad's wife. There was a mum at my primary school. She was a hooker turned porn star, and one day a dad saw her picture in a porno mag. Turns out she's done a bunch of shitty porn. Everyone at school loved her from then on. Her poor kid. No one knows his name. He's just the porn star's son. As an Asian guy, I only watch Asian porn if it's amateur because I find the pixelated naughty bits annoying. I was really surprised when I found a video of me fucking someone because that person swore that the video would be for personal use only. Thankfully our faces weren't in frame and I couldn't see how someone would connect me to that video given that it was in a different Asian country from where I live. I acted like I didn't know and flirted with her. She said this isn't the right time to start a relationship. So much for sparking up an old flame. Found my tattoo artist in a softcore video. It was pretty hot and I used it for science. I never mentioned it to her as I feel like it's a hot secret to have.